Before we dive into today's exciting interview, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Books to Life Marketing, the team making it all possible. They specialize in helping authors bring their stories to life through expert publishing, marketing, and media exposure. They're behind some of the most inspiring author journeys we've seen. If you're an author looking to elevate your book, Books to Life Marketing is the partner you want in your corner. And our guest today is Latoyia Morgan. She is the author of September Hues. It's children's poetry. Latoyia, thanks for stopping by. How are you?
Hi, how are you, Neil? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing fantastic. And, looking a little bit of your bio, we can just jump into you telling us a little bit about yourself and how did you become an author?
Yes, my name is Latoyia Morgan. I'm a mother of two beautiful daughters, Tori and Markayla. I have a wonderful husband. And so I've worked with small businesses for a while. And what got me back into writing, because I actually started writing at a very young age, around 11 or 12. But what got me back into writing is my daughter. She loves bedtime stories, and I call them Tori tales because it's stories that we make up where she is the main character. And she likes to join into the stories and be the superhero or whatever. But she adds to the story that I make up for her. And we've read bedtime stories throughout our years, but she absolutely just loved the ones that we made up ourselves. So she inspired me to get back into writing and write September Hues. And it's been an amazing journey. Just learning the industry, getting the book published, and really getting my name out there as an author.
So it's really interesting if you're saying that your daughter got you inspired to write this book. Then when you started thinking about things more and more, why poetry? Do you like poetry?
Yes, I've been writing poetry since I was a teenager. This is something that I wrote about, anything that inspired me. Good moments, sad moments, happy moments, funny moments. I just wrote when I was a teenager. And so I actually found my book of poetry about 6 years ago, and I read through it and I just laughed at all the funny memories, all the good memories, but also all the sad memories. And it really got me back into wanting to write. And so I started back writing, but I published September Hues a couple of years ago. I started the publishing journey in 2023, and it became published in 2024. But I wrote the poem a couple of years ago. My daughter was outside playing, and we were just outside in the backyard and enjoying a fall day. And it was just beautiful. She was playing in the leaves, and it's actually the book cover is what inspired me to write the story. She was outside playing in the leaves and just enjoying a beautiful fall day. And the poem just started coming to me. So I jotted down some notes and started writing about it and finished over, the next couple of days. And I was like, I think, this should be the first of the published work that I do, because I wanted to begin to publish some of the stuff that I wrote in the past. And that became the one that was the first that I published.
So why did you choose fall and autumn? I think you kind of told us a little bit. Why not spring and summer and spring or spring?
Oh, well, I'm a fall baby. I love the fall. The colors are so beautiful. The season, the festivities in the fall, it's just a joyful season to me. I feel like it's like a second spring. It is, just cool and crisp outside, not too hot, but not too cold. Here we still have weather in the 60s, low 70s, and just seeing the beautiful colors, the changing of the season, the leaves dancing off the trees. It's just beautiful. So September Hues just came to mind, just looking at her outside playing in the leaves and just enjoying the day.
Yeah, it's really fun that time of year, the weather and everything, and then it gets a little bit colder as it's starting to, for sure. But I love that time of year too. How did your writing journey begin? You kind of talked a little about that, with your daughters. So we'll kind of dive a little bit deeper into the inspiration behind the artwork of your book.
Yes. So my daughter, she loves to take pictures, and we've been to different places. And after I wrote the poem and I decided to publish, I um, started just looking back at some of the pictures after seeing the picture that I have it on the front cover. And I thought, why not use her as my muse and inspiration to show, just the bond that we have and our joy. Both of us love nature and love being outside. And so just show the bond that we have and the love that we have for fall season. And so a lot of the pictures in the book are pictures, of her around in different areas, mostly pictures during the fall season. And so you get to see that when you read the book.
Absolutely. So, did you create any characters in each one of the poems you wrote?
A lot of the poems that I've wrote in the past was just around event that I've celebrated or things that was going on. And so not so much of that in the past. September became more than just a month. It was a person almost when I wrote September Hues, because I wanted to share the beauty of the season, how it changes, the the uncertainty of the season, but also the how to embrace the in season, how to enjoy the season, just to get outside and enjoy when nature unfolds.
When you talk about your poems, um, like how do you just get inspired to write a poem?
Um, well, a lot of times, like I said, it's usually things that happen, whether it's seeing a joyful moment of someone just enjoying life, or it could be a major event, whether it's good or bad, that inspires me to write. So yes, it's things around me or things that's happening.
What what type of poetry do you write? There's multiple different ways of doing it, or is it different types of genre throughout all the poems you've written?
Yes, I wrote poems about love, poems about sorrow, funny poems, children poems, adult, I guess, poems. So like I said, it's just really what's going on around me or how I'm feeling throughout a day or throughout a moment. There's times where I've been happy. There's times where I've been sad or grieving, and I've wrote, poetry, to reflect what was going on in that moment.
How's your family and friends feel about you writing a book? Are they excited? When it first came out?
Yes, yes. Got really good views on it. Some surprised. I guess um, they didn't know, that I wrote poetry, a few of them. And so it was a little surprise, but all good comments, all good feedback. Most of my poetry I have not shared with anyone, especially the ones as I was a teen. So when I got older and I began to write again, I mostly shared the stories with my daughter because she loved the stories that we had and my family. But this is an opportunity where I get to share it with the world. So it's great. It's been an exciting journey. Had a lot of really great feedback. But I've also had the question, why now?
It's the perfect time. Now, when you think your writing has changed throughout the years, are you still writing poetry now? And some of the poetry's when you were a teenager, but some of it's now that's in your collection?
I've edited some of the poems that I wrote as a teenager to add to my collection. Because like I said, some of the stuff was wild and crazy as, being a teenager. But
All right, so
It was
tell me
still
some of the
some really
wild,
good,
crazy poems you wrote. Go ahead.
nothing just about events that, we've had and some of the funny stories we still talk about today, I wrote about. And, but mostly, I wrote poems, just about, some of the things that's going on today. And not so much funny as it was back then, but I still write about love. I still write about sadness. I still write about, just different events, that goes on today.
All right, so let's give us some examples.
Well, I guess one of the poems I've wrote about and being happy or being in love was to my husband. I wrote a poem. Um, I've also, just wrote about, just grief and sadness because I have experienced that as well. Um, I've and September Hues has been about the weather and the seasons and different things like that. So I've wrote a couple of things about, just the changing of the season, and it reflects the season in life as well as, seasons as they change throughout the years. So many different things like that. And since me and my daughter share a passion for writing, I've mostly wrote a lot of, stuff for her, like children poems or short stories and different things like that.
Since writing is a passion, how far do you want to go with this?
I would like to go as far as possible. I mean, whether it's getting my work in front of millions of readers, turning it into TV shows or movies, or just continuing to write, in my journal. And it's something, for me. So I want to go as far as I can with it. I definitely have a passion for it and I love to write. It's something that I do, pretty much every other day. I may jot down some things that I'm inspired by, or right now I'm working on a short story. So I write, to continue to do that. So it's definitely something that I want to continue to move forward in and hopefully get more stuff published.
Wonderful. September Hues seems to be the doorway to something bigger. Should your readers expect a sequel or something bigger?
You know what? I thought about writing about other seasons. I also thought about writing about other months of the year, but I began to think, hey, let's not go that route. Let's move more toward writing a novel. And so I've been writing about 4 girls, summer, spring, autumn, and fall, and just their journey in life, relationship, love, and family. So moving more toward writing a novel versus short stories. And so it will still kind of reflect children, young adults, but moving out of poetry into novel.
That's cool. So, like, how you think you want to write novels? Do you have any ideas? Or is your short story going to lead to a novel?
Yeah. So I've been working on this for about a month. So it's I'm still in the early phase of it. Jotting down some notes, working on the characters and the different events around their lives. So it's coming together pretty much. And from some of the stuff that I've wrote in the past, I may use some of it, but really looking to have this as a sequel to the book September Hues.
Okay. So it'll be a sequel. So you really have to start thinking about, from your poetry, how do you put that together into a novel? Are you
Yes.
imagining characters right now and thinking how that could be? And I think it's exciting. You're thinking about it as a novel.
Yes, definitely have been. I've created the characters and like I said, they will be around the 4 seasons, summer, spring, winter, fall. That's actually their names, the four girls in their journey. And so it has been a great journey, just developing the content around the book and moving forward into writing a novel.
Do you think it's going to be a children's book then, right? The novel?
Yes, teens.
Teens.
Preteens and teens. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, and it's going to, and some of the characters are going to be relying on what your childhood was like in ways, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And just some of the things that teenagers face today. So it will be something that I hope that they can look to, learn from, enjoy, laugh, and reflect.
What do you think the biggest challenges teens are facing today?
Well, I think peer pressure, just influences around social media, how to navigate life, dealing with the pressures that's going around, around them, poverty, a lot of the same things that adults face.
It's just harder for kids because they don't really understand.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And so you're normally every day jotting things down. How long do you think it's going to take you to write your novel?
I'm hoping I'll be done in the next couple of months. So I am, like I said, trying to move forward and developing the characters and the content around it. And it's been going pretty well. And so, getting the final pieces together and making sure it's something that, like I said, teens and preteens can reflect on, they can learn from, they can enjoy. It's entertaining, but it's also educational as well.
It seems like you definitely want that to be. Are you looking at maybe at one point to read in classrooms and stuff? The book or the poetry?
Yes. And so I have attended an event in the library and read to kids. And so definitely want to get into schools and read and encourage children in any setting, whether it's schools, after school programs, and community events.
When we think about this, what advice if someone else was looking to do this after you've gone through it as writing the poetry book? What advice would you give new authors about this process?
If you're uncertain about doing it, definitely reach out and talk with someone. There's lots of publishing agencies that will make that process a lot easier for you. Going through publishing, it was a really good experience, and I did learn a lot. I'm still learning a lot as a new author, joining communities, writing communities, just to get more understanding about the market and how to promote yourself, how to promote your book. But overall, it has been a really great journey, and I'm enjoying it.
So have you jumped on TikTok yet?
I haven't jumped on TikTok. My daughter is a big fan, and that's probably my next move, as she's telling me, Mom, you need to get on.
My clients are telling me, they want me to do lives on TikTok, and it's like I feel so comfortable doing this. We're live right now, live streaming this on a couple of my platforms, and it's no big deal. When I would jump on Clubhouse, I'd say it's no big deal. When I do TikTok live, it's a big deal because it's like I'm out starting again. I have 1,000+ followers on TikTok, but it's scary because you're like, what is this button? What is this to do? What does this do? So the first thing I recommend is seeing the people that have books related to you and having them to promote together, because going live is going to be a great thing. And there's an important thing on TikTok. It's called book talk, which would be a great thing for you to go out and do some book talks. The book talk is where a lot of people are successful marketing the book on TikTok. So it's a fun thing. Just jump on, have fun, and I think you'd enjoy it.
Thank you for sharing. I would definitely get on there.
Yeah, your daughter would probably want to go on with you. How old is your daughter, by the way?
She's 10, and she would absolutely love
Is
it.
she on TikTok, or she scrolls on your phone?
She's on TikTok. She actually have her own phone, and she gets on there sometimes. I have to monitor, but yes, she gets on there.
And she's doing the dances and stuff and all that, right? But she said, "Mom, get on TikTok." You got it.
Yes. Yeah.
What does she think of you writing a book?
Oh, she absolutely loved it. And when she do get the opportunities to get out with me and help promote the book or attend an event, she actually go around, hey, come by our table. So she actually love all the attention around it, especially since the pictures are of her.
I think it's so cool, you know.
Yeah.
And the pictures of her are her. What grade is she in?
She's fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
She's fifth grade.
Oh, when I used to teach fourth and fifth grade, they're great ages. Just wait till they get to middle school. You know you're dreading that.
Oh, I'm not ready. I'm so not ready.
You want the innocent sort of innocence and stay,
Yes.
and they get to middle school and go figure, for sure. And you still are. I think this is really a great thing. I think that the time you spend every day writing down and writing your book, this is a passion of yours, and that's fantastic. And I think that people out there have to say, if Latoyia can do it, you can do it too, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, being able to take all of your poetry from before and say, hey, I'm going to write a poetry book. That takes gumption. That takes courage. And you did it. And now you're going to be a novelist as well. It's got to feel great.
Yes, it does. It does. I'm so excited that I finally published because, with your work, you always want to keep it to yourself, especially as it's been pages in your journal for years. And so getting it out there and hearing the feedback on it, I'm like, okay, I could do this. I can do this.
All right. Well, fantastic. The best place people can find information on Latoyia, where can they go?
You can go to my website, latoyiamorgan.com. You can also find the book on Amazon and Barnes & Noble online.
All right. Well, fantastic. We appreciate you coming on, and best of luck on the novel. And thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. You have a great day.
Welcome. You too. You're listening and watching The Neil Haley Show, and we'll be back in just a moment.